0 to 60 can define a performance car, but it's the fastest 60 to 0 that's the aim of Tarok's brakes. From road cars to race cars, circuits, special stages, or the autostrada, nothing reduces speed like Tarok's brakes. Italy gave the world the art of Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Tarok's has given drivers the art of stopping. For more information and to acquire your own masterpiece, visit taroks.co.uk. Yes, it's me, Mark Stone, and this is the Backseat Driver Podcast. It's the fastest, it's the friendliest, and it's for all the family. The Gas Shocks 116 Trophy and 120 Coupe Cup are the fastest growing race series in the UK, taking in 6 one-hour races and 8 sprints at all the top circuits. Visit 116trophy.com to find out more and get yourself behind the wheel. From a pot of tea to TT motorbikes. From a classic English breakfast to a full serving of classic cars. Bridge House Tea Rooms is the Northwest premier classic car meeting location for cars, bikes, tractors and owners clubs. So no matter what your automotive appetite might be, visit Bridge House Farm Tea Rooms on their Facebook page or call John and Alicia on 07980 444 221 for show details and to reserve your own table and parking space. The other Sunday, I was invited to go down to Grimesthorpe Castle in Lincolnshire to commentate on the Lombard Rally Series Grimesthorpe Castle Special Stage that attracted 60 cars and crews to drive the 2.7 mile special stage in both directions. A challenge to any driver and any car. Long sweeping bends, narrow lanes, twisting through trees, over bridges, past a lake, and then out into the wide open countryside with 3 chicanes to slow them down before they reached the finishing line. It also gave me the chance to have a chat with quite a few of the drivers, including Andy Dawson, the first man to win a rally in the UK, the Mintex Rally, driving a Lancia Stratos, Charlie Gabb and his Nissan 240 RS, Neil Brighton, the one, the only, driving his Peugeot 206 WRC car, John Schuff in his Talbot Sunbeam, Mad Mick Stafford driving his Vauxhall Firenze that, instead of the conventional engine, has a huge V8 Chevrolet up front, Malcolm Leggett driving his X-Works X-Didier Oriole Lancia Delta Integrale, Dave Mathewson and Fiona Leggett, who regrettably wasn't driving, but she was there, and she was one of the first women to successfully become a British Touring Car Championship driver. So sit back and enjoy my chat with quite a few of the drivers and find out what makes them rally, what brought them to Grimesthorpe, and why they choose and enjoy and still drive the cars that they do. Here with Andy Dawson, wearing his very, very famous checkered flag jacket, which has a story to go on. Very quickly, Andy, what's the story?
At the end of the Mintex, it was a long, drawn-out evening of the prize giving, and the next morning went down with a hangover, and Graham Warner said, well done, jacket please, cheque please, and he took the jacket and the cheque for winning the rally and took the car away. And Graham Warner was the guy that owned the checkered flag. And that was the last I saw of the jacket. And I often thought, well, you know, one of the things would be nice to have kept the jacket.
Yeah.
And then suddenly on eBay I saw Andy Dawson's checkered flag Stratos jacket. So I bought it.
Your claim to fame is you were the first man to rally a Stratos in the UK, weren't you?
Not the first man to rally one, no. I mean, lots of people rallied the thing, but nobody could win with it. And I think I can say I'm the only man to actually tame a Stratos on gravel and I won the Mintex International against Harry and Russell and Roger and what have you. It was a case of the car wasn't that quick in a straight line.
Yeah.
But it had tremendous traction. And Mintex always was a rally where lots of 90-degree corners, lots of traction needed coming off the corners. And I just drove it accordingly. And there were one or two problems. During the night, we knocked over a marshal's table. And the marshal had put himself in a silly place. There was a right-hander that was, as my memory serves me, and it's a long time ago, there was a right-hander with the flying finish boards halfway round it. Well, I'm holding the Stratos flat to the flying finish boards and put the brakes on, and there was just no bloody way I was going to stop before the stop board. And I was running first on the road, went into the marshal's table backwards, and the marshal was upside down in the ditch, and the clock was everywhere. Russell arrived with John Brown co-driving for him, and John got our time, and we ended up with Russell's time. So Russell had gained a minute, and we'd lost a minute, so I'd lost 2 minutes. And I said to Andrew Marriott, we'll get this sorted. And then John Brown swore blind, bless him, John. He swore blind that his time was correct and they'd passed us on the stage. And Russell said, well, no, we didn't pass him on the stage, John. Oh, yes, we did. Of course we did. Shut up, Russell. And that's why there was a long period at the end of the rally where who'd won. We actually started the very last stage in Oliver's Mount with the 2 minutes, 15 seconds behind Russell. Yeah. And I said to Andrew Marriott, I said, just tighten your bloody straps up, because I'm going to take that 15 seconds out of Russell on Ollie's Mount anyway. Yeah. And if we do that, it's all over, because we've won by 2 minutes, whatever, and or it'll only show us the whatever. But it didn't matter. A win's a win. And went into Ollie's Mount, drove my heart out. It was thick fog, and along the top, Marriott was saying 5, 4, 5, and that was the number of feet to the edge of the road, because we couldn't see the road in front of us. Anyway, I drove a good stage, and I could actually see Russell's tail lights as we were coming into the end of the stage. We'd taken 40 odd seconds out of him, no problem at all. We were going to win the rally, and Marriott was having to get in and out over the top of me because the door was jammed on his side of the car, and it all became it was a bit difficult. And they all went into a hut where the timekeepers were, and what they had was a bell on the finish line. They rang the bell, which rang in the hut to say a car's just finished, take the time. Yeah. And it didn't have modern technology of magic timing and GPS and all that sort of stuff in those days. And anyways, there's a row going on in the hut. I could see a row going on, and there's a queue of about 6 or 7 of us all waiting for our co-drivers to come back out. And evidently one of the co-drivers, I think I know which one it was, put his fingers into the bell, so the bell didn't ring. So 2 cars arrived at the end of the stage, didn't get a time, and they had to cancel the stage.
Oh, very good.
So we're back to being behind Russell. Yeah. On times if we don't get the Cropton stage cancelled. Yeah. And the organisers didn't really... They wanted to know, but they didn't want to know. Anyway, it ended up in the steward's room, and we protested the finish time on Cropton and said, look, Russell had got our time, we'd got Russell's time. And John Brown kept standing there saying, no, this is correct, we won. And Peter Bryant was then getting involved with Harry, because then they were finishing second, and it was co-drivers anonymous. Yeah. And in the middle of the steward's inquiry, I said, could you excuse me, I need to go for a pee. And Bob Tennant-Reed, who was the chairman of the stewards, said, I need a pee as well. Can we just adjourn for 5 while we go for a pee? And I went out to the loo, and Bob came and stood beside me. And he said, do you know something? this isn't going to get sorted unless somebody protests the competence of the marshal at the end of the stage.
Yeah.
I said, that's a good idea, Bob. I went back in, I grabbed Andrew Marriott, I said, right, come on, we're going to change our protest. We're going to protest the marshal at the end of the stage whose table we knocked over because he was incompetent, because he'd put his table in the wrong place. Need to question the competence of the marshal. And there's a little-known rule in the MSA Blue Book that says that marshals have to hang around until the results are final, just in case.
Yeah.
And everyone ignores it. It's one of those little rules. Anyway, they cancelled the stage because of the marshal's competence, and we won. And I've got my jacket back.
You've got your jacket. What was the Stratos like to drive?
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a car that...
I mean, just putting in, it was the first car to be designed as a rally car, wasn't it? I mean, it was a no compromise, no nothing. Lancia wanted it as a competition car.
Oh, Lancia read the rule book and built a car accordingly. Absolutely. I mean, and that's the way it should be. It had a Ferrari Dino V6 just behind the driver. So you got the noise of the trumpets of the air going into the engine right behind your right ear. It was small. When you breathed on the steering wheel, it turned.
The pedals were at the opposite side. The pedals were more suited to the co-driver, weren't they?
The pedals were sort of in the middle of the car. I mean, but it was a lovely car to drive if you could get hold of it. And the point that all the other people that drove it were frightened of it.
Yeah.
Peringa, bless him, he never really got hold of it. It was a rental car. Let's be honest about it. Graham Warner was running a rental business.
Yeah.
I hadn't got any money, so I had to win to pay the bills. But Tony Pond rented it from him and never got hold of it. Crashed it 3 times, I think it was. Various racing drivers got into it and crashed it. Because you had to get hold of it and say, fuck, do it, you're told.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
All the swear words are available.
Just do as you're told, car.
Yeah.
And as long as the car did as it was told, it was great.
Yeah. I mean, there's a mysticism and a mythology about the cars, isn't there?
Yeah, people think they're very quick in a straight line. They weren't. The flag car certainly wasn't. It had 198 horsepower. It had a bog-standard Ferrari Dino engine in it, a fairly fragile gearbox. The secret of the flag car was it had an absolutely magic limited slip diff in it, and it meant that once your car was sideways, you could actually hold it really, really nicely sideways on the right foot.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about diffs from that car, about just trying to get the balance right so that it did what you wanted it to do. And yes, it was a magic car. I still love them. And is it my favourite rally car? Yes, I think it probably is.
Yeah. One question I ask a lot of rally drivers, and co-drivers, what is your opinion of modern rallying?
Different. You can't say it's not right. It is. Rallying has moved with the ages. You can't run rallies, the sort of rallies that we were doing in the 70s, because there's too much traffic on the roads. The world has changed. I think actually the modern R5 cars, as I call them, R2s, I think is the correct terminology now, and R1 cars are magnificent beasts. I have driven one and enjoyed it. I got involved with trying to do some development for one of the manufacturers, and they are superb bits of kit. Superb. Not as quick in a straight line, interestingly, as my old Quattro was. But the Quattro had agricultural suspension. So in some ways the Quattro was more fun to drive, but it wasn't as satisfying in terms of getting the time, making the time work.
Yeah. Andy Dawson, as always, it's been a pleasure chatting to you, and we shall no doubt converse as the day goes on.
I'm sure we will. This is quite fun here. I think the ambience is good, and I'm not sure what I'm driving yet.
No, rumour has it was a Stratos, but that we think is in Belgium. So you could be driving a Sunbeam Lotus, or you could be driving an Integrale.
A Sunbeam Lotus would be quite fun. Do you know something? I don't think I've ever driven a rally Sunbeam Lotus. I was involved in the development of it because I worked at Chrysler Competitions as Des O'Dell's assistant.
All right.
And I went into Chrysler as a young engineer on Avenger, and Avenger became Sunbeam. And in fact, I was part of the product planning team that turned Avenger into Sunbeam. It was Project 424 to me, and one of the things we had to do was try and work out how to make the seating better, and we invented the split rear seat. It was the very first car to have a split rear seat, and I was one of the bright young things that Roots had taken on to make the Avenger work and then make the Sunbeam work, and I think we did make the Sunbeam work. I left Roots, Chrysler as it had become, to become a professional driver, but I built a car called the Sunbeam Cheetah, which was a 2-litre twin carb version of the Sunbeam with about 150 horsepower. Great little car, and the reason I built it was I needed a recce car for 1,000 Lakes with Mathewson. And then I suddenly found people wanted them, and I sold 18 of the things. But Des borrowed my car and said, I wonder what engine I can put in it. And he went and bought the Lotus engine and built the Sunbeam Lotus.
Right.
So I guess I'm sort of a bit responsible for the car existing. But do you know something? I don't think I've ever driven one.
That'll be interesting, won't it?
I can't remember having ever driven one. Yes, it'll be fun if I can.
Once again, Andy Dawson, thank you very much for joining me here at Grimesthorpe. Here at Grimesthorpe, with a face that's well known and a voice that's well known, and when he's not doing what he does for a living, he's rallying cars, which makes you wonder he must be car fanatic. David Mathewson of Bangers and Cash.
Terrible disease, Mark. Terrible disease, I know. If I'd have spent as much time and money and effort on trying to cure the disease as actually sort of aiding and abetting it and feeding it, I think I'd be a better place. But yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? It gets under your skin and you can't do anything about it, can you?
No.
That's it. And it did with me. Obviously, I was brought up around the job, around cars, from a very early age, and it suited me. So from the ages of, from when I could walk onwards. I mean, I had my own workshop when I was 10.
Yeah.
Dad built it out the back for me to prat about with.
Yeah.
And I would do various jobs. So, yeah, every spare minute of the day, or every spare minute after school, should I say, or outside school, on an evening, on a weekend, or the rest of it, it was in the garage with the lads, and I loved it.
Where's the rallying come from?
Oh, it's always been a passion, really. Dad used to do it back in the day with my uncle.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we were Cortinas and Mark 1 Escorts and
proper rally cars.
Yeah, proper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, proper rally cars. And like a lot of us, family and money.
Yeah.
Ruined it. So the lack of more family and less money. They had to call it a day, and Dad concentrated heavily on driving the business towards where we are today.
I mean, that's one of the things. I think the problem with a television programme is it makes you look instantly successful.
It's been a long bloody road, Mark. I can tell you, honestly. Yeah, not at all. Dad started with nothing, like a lot of these lads did, and work, and a bit more work, and a little bit of luck along the way. We all need a little bit of luck at times, don't we? Got him to sort of where we are, and I'd like to think if he was here today, he would say then my brother and I, Paul, then sort of drove it to the next level, which is often the case with family business, isn't it? You know, new generation comes in, and hopefully they take it to a new plateau. Sometimes they take it the other direction, don't they? And we've tried not. So we'd still very much concentrate on work. What we're doing today has to fit in around work. Simple as that.
How many rally cars have you?
Too many. Yeah, it's become a little bit of an obsession, really. I would think probably somewhere in the region of, do you know what, Mark? I've never counted them, but we're not talking dozens and dozens, but rally cars, probably 13, 14, 15, something like that, probably, I think. I'd have to sit down and... I often forget one or two. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, are we on that one?
Oh, well, I've got one, and I have to get some help to look after him at times. So Anthony Eden, he's a top lad. He looks after that Fiesta out there. We look after the escorts. Jack's very, very keen and very good, and he wants to know how you do everything. So he's very mechanically minded, which suits us fine. So the escorts we look after, Cortinas we look after. The heavier stuff we have to get in a bit of help, to be fair. Yeah.
How many rallies do you get to take part in? Because, I mean, work will keep you occupied, won't it?
I know, but I turned 50 last year, and I thought, I'm going to have to make a bit of an effort here, because life's passing me by. And in our industry, we deal with a lot of older guys in their 50s and 60s and 70s, and it's a well, certainly I was going to say daily. That's an exaggeration, but it definitely is a weekly occurrence, Mark, where you get the phone call. We've just lost John. We've just lost Graham. And these guys aren't necessarily old. They're like in the 50s and 60s and 70s, and you think that's just round the corner, isn't it? So I make an effort. So Jack's. Well,
you do know they call between about 60 and 72 sniper alley. If you get past 72, you'll probably last till 80.
Well, I can remember my old nan, bless her, saying, yeah, 3 score and 10 and you're out.
Yeah.
And so I get just as much fun, probably more fun now, helping Jack do it.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. He's got fantastic work ethic, and he enjoys it. And it would appear he's quite good at it.
Right.
So we go out, and it's a social for me. I love coming and seeing you lads. I love coming down and chatting and seeing you lads, have a chin wag and bits and pieces. I like that. Today, obviously, we've got a couple of cars running, but I like that. So I tend to concentrate finances and time helping Jack. He deserves it. He's a good lad.
And how are you finding the stage? Because, I mean, it's a bit narrow, is that?
It is. I did a very slow run this morning because I've never been here before, and then we had a fairly quick run just now with Andy in the car, and there's not a lot of room forever, to be fair.
No. And that pond looms large at speed, don't it?
You can see why they start slowing up when when you get down there, because it looks like you're going straight for it. And what I'm going to blame my tools here, like most tradesmen, but I've got an intermittent problem with the car. It's cutting out for some reason, and it cut out about 5 or 6 times down there, and obviously I don't want it to cut out at the wrong time, do you?
No.
So that makes, and that's in the back of your mind. So we're having a few issues today, but today's just a play day, and it's just about making some memories and making some contacts and seeing old friends and that. So just an enjoyable day.
Apart from me sticking a microphone in your face, it'll be quite nice not to have a TV camera around, won't it?
Well, you know what? We don't. They blend in really well. Yeah. We don't know they're there. They are genuinely part of the team. They're all car enthusiasts. They've either got cars or collect cars. Jake is into his motorbikes. In actual fact, he races motorbikes. He's one of the main cameramen. So we're all petrol heads, from the top to the bottom. Even the girls love the cars within the team. So they just work. They're just there. You know, they're not intrusive in any way. They're not obstructive in any way. They're just there, and they get what they get. They miss a lot, but not their fault, because nothing's staged and nothing's scripted. They can only run around after us and just catch what they catch. Yeah. And try and make a programme out of it, which obviously they do. They do quite well.
We can't about what are you on? That's season 9 or something like that.
No, I've lost track where we are, mate, to be honest with you. I've lost track. But I think that's probably part of the charm, and that is it's not scripted. There's no double takes. There's nothing. It is what it is. Cock-ups as well. Can I say that on the... I don't know, yeah. Can I? Okay, then. Don't want to get you in trouble, Mark. Yeah, so if it's a cock-up, then we show it, because it's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we're not all perfect, are we?
No. Swearing, I've just interviewed Andy Dawson, straw long.
Oh, yeah, well, you're used to swearing then. With Andy, bless us, he's in the car today, obviously, just obviously a world of knowledge there, just trying to pinpoint it down. when I take it back to Anthony and we get it plugged in properly and get some live data, he'll be able to tell me, won't he? But we're just trying to shortcut, that and try and get it running a bit better today if we can. But we'll see. I'll have a steadier run in a minute. I'll go out in a minute and I won't go. I'll turn all the anti-lag and everything off, and I'll just have a run to try and pinpoint what's happening if I can. Yeah. And you wait, it won't do it, will it?
No. Dave Mathewson, thank you very much indeed.
Been a pleasure, mate. Thanks ever so much.
I'm here with Mad Mick Stafford. If you want to know why, Mad, you only look at the car. Mick, welcome to Grimesthorpe.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here. We were here last year and just loved it. It was fantastic, and I think it's even better this year.
And the car is probably one of the most insane rally cars you'll ever come across, isn't it? What for them that aren't sure, what exactly is it?
Right, they built 100 road cars in South Africa back in '72, and it's basically a Vauxhall Forenza, which is a Viva Coupe, fitted with a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro 5-litre V8 and their gearbox that went with it.
And it's a bit quick, isn't it? And it's a bit lively.
Oh, it's mad. But you don't have to drive it like this. I basically just go fast when there's people about and then slow right down when it's quiet. But it's such a fantastic thing to drive. It makes a great noise. And you can just smoke the tyres for fun. It's just brilliant.
What sort of brake horsepower does it put out?
Well, we've got two engines. We've got one that is a genuine, correct spec engine. That's 465 horsepower. But this one that's in it is a 6-litre, and this is 555 horsepower.
Just what you want in your Viva.
Oh, God, yeah. You spend all your time praying that it doesn't rain.
Besides the engine and the transmission, what else was done to the car to make it be able to cope with these engines?
Well, to be honest, they're quite simple. I mean, the back axle is just out of a Volvo, so it's a 144 or a 240 or whatever. So it's just a simple live axle. But for some reason, touch wood, the transmission is just fantastic, and it's been really, really good. But I hate to say it, but it's been very reliable up to now.
I've seen you drive it.
Thanks. Well, I work on the basis that once you've got your wheels spinning, then you're not going to do any more damage to your clutch, so you might as well just keep going.
I mean, this is a very, very narrow stage we're on today, and when we start going from this end of the start line, because the stage runs in both directions, it's narrow, it's twisty, it's through the trees, then it opens out. Is the car better on any part of this stage? Because the finishing straight, it's like Mulsanne. They've had to put chicanes in to slow people down.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. It's for safety of everybody, really. But if you're brave enough on that last bit going to the end of the first stage, so in other words, you drop down the hill from the start and then go round. That is so you can be flat in top, but it gets a bit lively down there. Yeah, and I'm 63 next month, and I'm beginning to think I need to
join the club. I was 63 in November last year.
Oh, fantastic! Oh my God, yeah, I need to give you more respect. You're older than me. Next time I'll stand up and give you a chair.
Is it a car you get to use a lot?
Well, it's been a bit hit and miss over the last few months because I've just had a hip replacement. So
I'm not quite that bad yet.
No. So I've not been able to do it. This first time, literally the first time I've driven it since beginning of October last year. So and every time you drive it, when you've not driven it for a while, it's shocking just how quick the thing is. But yeah, usually we do 5, 6, 7 events a year, something like that, but mainly demos. The car could be very competitive, and for people who know Jimmy McRae and he's Colin's father, and he's 5 times British Rally Champion, he's driven my car on more competitive rallies than I have, to the extent that people still think it's his car. But Jim drives it sensibly and he feeds the power in and so on, and it's amazing how it hooks up and goes. If you just feed it in. So, for example, when I'm coming back up the hill and we set off and there's nobody around, there's no point making any smoke. You can just set off and you get a little bit of wheel spinning first, and then when you get it into second, it just hooks up and goes. So, but yeah, I don't do as many events as I'd like to do, and this year it's probably going to be the worst yet since we built it in 2010. But we'll be back out again next year.
But basically, Mad Mick and the Chevrolet-powered Viva Coupe are always out there to enjoy themselves, or you enjoy living up to your name.
Yeah. To be honest, I work on the basis that, I'm here to enjoy myself, but I'm basically here to entertain the spectators. You know, they pay good money to come in and so on, and I've spent a lot of time on rallies watching people in the past going so slow and thinking, look, just try a little bit, just try. So I try. I don't succeed very often, but I do try. But yeah, it's something that, you know, like I say, I'm here to entertain the spectators. That's what it's about. And I think everyone that's here would say the same.
Mad Mick, it's always a pleasure, and it's always a pleasure to watch the Viva Coupe depart the start line. Thanks very much.
No problem at all, mate. Anytime.
Here with Charlie Gabb with his Nissan 240. Just explain a little bit about this, because you don't see many of them, do you?
No. They made 200, and that was 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So most of them either rotted away, been trashed. But luckily, I built that out of a road car. Found a road car that wasn't rotten after 40 years, and it's taken 3 or 4 years to build it.
Yeah.
Just a nightmare trying to find parts, and that's trouble. You know, when they didn't make many of them, the parts aren't there, so you have to make things all adapt.
Yeah, we're going to say that tends to be the case, regrettably, with people who take what you would call a road car and turn it into a recreation of a works rally car. What exactly is under the bonnet, etc.?
Well, they're a 2.4 twin cam 16 valve engine, which in the day, apart from the Manta, I think there was only those two anyway.
Yeah.
So they had a lot more torque than the Escorts because they were only 2 litre. But they've got a massive engine. The engine's like twice the size of a Ford engine. Typical Jap over-engineering, you know, and a cast iron block. So you're carrying a lot more weight at the front, and a bigger car. But they actually weigh in around about a tonne, so it's not that bad. So it's a Japanese Escort, really, with all the mods that the Escorts maybe didn't have, you know, like back in the day they were 5-speed out of the factory, you know, whereas an Escort never was. Although the Escort had stopped, that's 82, so Escort stopped 80, I think, didn't they? But yeah, same setup, rear-wheel drive, and well, that one's detuned to 240 horse. You can get them up to 270, but the plan is to keep that one going for a while. You know.
So, is it a car you're able to use a lot?
Able to what?
Is it a car you're able to use a lot?
Oh, yeah. I don't do events in it. I just do hill climb sprints and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you could go out and do an historic event. When I built it, I actually had to put in, because the MSA said so at the time, a full WRC spec cage. So it's caged up like a modern car. But then they changed the rules and decided that historic cars didn't have to have it. So it's a lot stronger car than it would have been in the day, which is only a good thing, I suppose. We're not out there to win things, so, you know. But yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare to get it all together. And be able to use it. It's only the last 2 years I've been using it.
Yeah. So what's it like to drive?
Just like an Escort. But they're on, you know, you're on 10-inch 275 tyres on the back, like the Mantas, you know, they all run big wheels back then. So it's a bit different to Escorts, because all the Escort lads obviously limited to 9-inch, I think, or 8-inch, whatever it is. That's the thing you got to get used to. But if I didn't put the proper tarmac wheels on, it wouldn't look right.
No.
A lot of people think they look pig ugly. A lot of people think they look great, you know, because they're screwed on wheel arches sort of thing. But you got to fill them with something, haven't you?
True. But I mean, back then that was quite. I mean, it was the type of thing a lot of cars had. If they had arch extensions, then they were just stuck on.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a Group B car, you see, so there's a lot of plastic on it, and or carbon fiberglass, and although it's not Group B like the Metros where it was completely an RS200s, this was the Japanese best they could come up with at the time. But it was only 2-wheel drive, and it was too late to the party. You know, if it had come a few years earlier, it'd have given Escorts a run for the money. But obviously it got banned Group B, and all of a sudden there's loads of these sort of almost worthless. You know, the factory were giving them away as road cars to build up, you know, and they got into clubmen's hands, and then they started doing good on clubman events, in my view. It's just I did it. I stumbled on the car, and it was an RS road car, and I just put it in a container for a while I worked out how the hell I'm going to build it, you know. And you just, like you say, you just don't see them. You know, loads of people don't know what it is, or if I tell them what it is and they haven't seen the car, they think it's a 240Z.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a totally different animal. So a lot of people see it and go, bloody hell, I've never seen one of them before. You know.
I must confess, it's not a car I've seen that one before, but it's not a car I've seen a lot of.
Yeah. Well, there's nobody else using one at the moment. Will Nichols has just had his restored, and as far as I'm aware, he don't use it because you know his is a period car with history, and whereas this hasn't got any history. It's a fresh build, but you know things are worth a lot of money out there, and you've got to draw the line somewhere, sort of thing.
Well, no, thanks very much. It's interesting to see and nice to see it out on the stages. Thanks very much again.
That's it. A lot of people, you know, come up and say, "Bloody hell, I don't remember them," or "That's different," you know. And because it's an Escort, of course, you can drive it sideways, and people like to see a bit of that, don't they?
Well, that's the one thing about old or classic rally cars. They handle like people expect them to.
Yeah. Make it look like they're going fast when maybe they're not, but it looks the part, doesn't it? You know.
Once again, thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Right, here we are, Grimesthorpe Lombard Rally Series with Colin Jebson and John Barber. Colin, better known for Javelin Track Days, and according to the information I received, they're making a return to rallying after a 24-year break. Why the great big break?
Just wanted to come back to it. I've been controlling people on track days for 24 years. I want to be a hooligan again. And I can do that on a stage, not on a track day.
So, I mean, have you just bought the Volvo that you're rallying, or is it one that you've had tucked away for all these years?
No, we bought it as a fully purpose to go back to a bit of a historic road rallying and the odd stage rally as well. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
And John, what's it like to be back?
It's great. We did the rally a couple of weeks ago. First time in the car together for 20 odd years. It was just like we'd never been apart. It was good. We just fell into our routine and just picked up where we left off. It's good. Yeah.
So 20 odd years ago, what rallying were you doing?
We were doing historic stage rallies in an Austin A35, believe it or not, and we had some fun with it. Yeah. It's well, it would fly. We've got some nice pictures of it in mid-air, which is a heavy little A35, is quite something. Yeah.
And how does it compare to your track days?
What, this stage rally?
Yeah.
It's nice not to be the sensible one. You know what I mean?
Because normally you'd be telling people, slow down, don't do this, don't do that, and you're doing everything that you'll probably tell your clients not to do.
Yeah, it's being a hypocrite, really. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Do you ever do any of the driving, or are you purely on the notes and the maps?
I'm just on notes and maps. I just tell them which way to go, and most of the time that's what we do.
Well, you won't have a lot to tell him here, will you?
Here?
Yeah.
I will be,
slow down.
I never tell him whether to go fast or slow, just whether to go left or right.
And how are you finding the stage?
Interesting.
It's narrow and fast, isn't it?
I was very surprised by it. I watched the in-car videos from previous years and I thought, it could be quite boring, but it's not boring at all.
Well, there's a third chicane this year, and they're all tied to those chicanes. Yeah. It's like I said, the big long finish straight heading from the castle down to the far end. It's like Mull Sound. They've had to put the chicanes in to slow you lot down.
Yeah. It's just surprising. I was surprised how long that was. And I'm thinking 100 metres to stop.
And you'll cover 2.7 miles quite quickly, won't you?
Yeah, I don't know how quick we did it. We're not allowed to time, obviously.
Oh, no. It's just a pure demonstration. But you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, loving it. Yeah.
And what's your next rally?
We're doing the summer trial, the Hero Summer Trial, this month, later this month, in the middle of the month, over at Chester. That's a 3-day event, road rally style. So a bit more sedate, but a bit more teamwork.
And you're looking forward to it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's always nice to get out on the road and be in the rally car. Yeah. It's good fun.
And why the Volvo?
Just always liked them. Years ago we rallied a 360 GLT, which would show at RS2000 run for its money, and people thought you can't do it, but we did it. And the same with the A35. People said you can't ride an A35, so we did it. And that's been the attitude to motorsport all the way along.
Colin Jebson, John Barber, thank you very much indeed.
No problem.
That's the end of part 1 of the Lombard Rally Grimesthorpe Backseat Driver Podcast special, as always in association with Gas Shocks 116 Trophy, Bridgehouse Tea Rooms and Hodder Tyres. And join me next Wednesday on the Backseat Driver Podcast for part 2. Rarely beaten on price, never beaten on service. Whether it's cars, bikes or commercials, Hodder Tyres are the best in the business. And when it comes to tyre expertise and advice to supplying the correct tyres for your vehicle's specific requirements, nobody comes close to David Lakin and the Hodder Tyres team. So give them a call on 01200 613 192 or visit the website at hoddertyres.co.uk.